Mehanni, and this week's Gymstick tip is an exercise that we're going to do to the back of the body, which is also going to work the muscles to the front. You gotta love that, right? So we're going to place a Gymstick on the floor, keep it there, keep the bands on your feet, step over the stick, keeping the bands on your feet, and lift the stick up behind you. So now the stick's behind the body. It's a much better way to transition the Gymstick rather than trying to climb it over your body and then pulling it back again. So adding some tension on the bands. Now, this is one of those exercises that often people put way too much tension on, right? It's interesting because I can't get them to put enough tension on the front, but they put too much tension when it's behind. So let me show you what our first exercise is going to be. So just stand with your feet underneath your shoulders. You're going to pull the Gymstick back and pull it away from your buttocks and release. So watch how my shoulders are moving forwards and back at the same time. But I'm not arching and tilting my pelvis. So the pelvis stays neutral or in the same position, and you're pulling back and relaxing. Really important also that you keep your head motionless. There is a tendency to throw the chin forwards as you pull the Gymstick back. And this is targeting those muscles to the back of the arm. So we've got posterior delta, we've got triceps, we're working through rhomboids and some trapezius, but what's really cool about this is the more tension I create to the back, the more I feel my abdominals activate to, I suppose, respond to that intensity of pulling back. So cool, because you feel a really strong abdominal workout at the same time. So stick, ideally if you can, keep it off your buttocks slightly and then pull back and release. And you want to pull back as far as you can, but make sure you've got some space between your stick and your buttocks. And this is where a lot of people make the error of adding way too much tension and they get very small range of motion. So if you're a Gymstick instructor, you need to check for that. There's quite a few areas that you need to be observant. Head movement, poor range of motion behind the body, and making sure that they're actually moving their shoulders and not keeping their shoulders locked and just moving their arms. Okay, so we do that for 30 seconds. Then we have a little 10-second break, and we add the squat. So taking the feet out in whatever position that you feel comfortable with, right? Definition of the squat is bending your knees and your hips with both feet in contact with the ground. So if you like them wide, then go wide. Hey, I'm going to do that today. So I'm going to go a little bit wide with my toes turned out, and then I'm going to lift the Gymstick away from the buttocks. So you can either set the timer on your phone, or you can buy the music from powermusic.com. It's called Gymstick. So look for under brand and you'll see all our Gymstick releases with Power Music, who are an awesome company to work with. We've been really proud partners for quite some time now, and we love working with Power Music. So you can buy that if you're an instructor or not. So just go to their website and pay and download, or subscribe, because they've got lots of other great tracks to look at too. So we've done that for 30 seconds. Making sure that as you go down, that you don't also tip yourself forward. So that's another little error that some people do. So keep your eyes up, pull the stick back as far as you possibly can. Again, you're trying to keep it off the buttocks for the entire time. And then you have a little 10-second break. And the final activity, we're actually going to start in a balance move. So starting off with the right leg up, for example, you're going to step forwards and pull the stick off your buttocks at the same time. So there's quite a bit going on here, so I want to explain from the feet up. As you step forwards, make sure you roll off that back heel. So even if you're only taking a small step forwards, roll off that back heel. Avoid keeping that back heel down, okay? So roll off that. So as you step forwards, you're rolling off that back heel. And then the next thing you want to think about is your torso. So as you step forwards, keep your torso upright. So a common error is that as people step forwards, they also collapse forwards and the head goes forwards. This is heavy. You know, for an average person, it's between 7 to 8 kilos. You get that head moving with momentum, and then you'll find that your whole body will go forward. So really work hard at maintaining integrity and strength through the front to keep you upright. So we're here, you're pulling forwards, and you're coming back up, pulling forwards, and then finally, the other little error that some people do is they step forwards, then they pull back, and then they relax. So the arms don't get that much of a workout. You want to pull back even before you've initiated the step forwards, so that you are going to the maximum range of motion you can possibly manage behind your body, yeah? Breathing out as you step forwards and coming back in. Wow, definitely tricep workout, really deltoid, and you'll definitely feel it in the front as well, which is fantastic. And then you repeat the whole thing again, so that your final exercise you're doing on the opposite leg. Great exercise, really good if you have postural issues or you spend a lot of time sitting at a desk, because you're opening out with this movement pattern. And that's this week's Gymstick tip.